Good morning. What a pleasure to be here today at Radio City Music Hall. How magnificent is this venue? Let's give the Radio City Music Hall a round of applause. It's good to be back. I was going to start today offering my rendition and singing my own composition of New York State of Mind. I was rehearsing for days. I was all prepared. Mr. Dolan just informed me that I don't have the appropriate union membership to perform, so I'm not going to sing. But I am gravely disappointed, I want you to know. Let me introduce the people who are with me to my right. Mr. James Dolan, Executive Chairman and CEO of Madison Square Garden Entertainment. To his right, we have Karen Hempel, who is the interim CEO for New York Roadrunners. We then have Mr. Robert Mujica, who's the Director of the State Budget. He's in charge of finances. To my left, Jane Rosenthal, who is the co-founder of Tribeca Productions, and to her left, Dr. Howard Zucker, who has been extraordinary in his guidance to the state of New York all through this COVID pandemic. As I said, it's my pleasure to be here today, and we have a lot of good news. We're going to talk about today and tomorrow, because what we do today really is going to define what tomorrow is all about. There's probably no other point in my memory where the future of the state was so dependent on the decisions and the actions that we take today. This post-COVID reality is going to be shaped and formed by what we do. This is happening all across this country. It's happening all across the globe. We're reopening the world, reopening economies. Yeah, but what does that look like? What does that mean? What did we learn from COVID? What are we going to be like going forward? And after all this devastation, we have now tremendous investment that we're going to be making in the place that we build tomorrow. What are we going to do? What are we going to make it? As far as today is concerned, the numbers on COVID are all good. Overall statewide positivity is 1.26. That's well below the national average. Congratulations to New Yorkers. Hospitalizations are down. ICU is down. Intubations are down. Statewide deaths, which is the most important number on the chart, and the one that breaks my heart every day. 11 New Yorkers passed away. So anyone who says, well, COVID is over, it's a thing of the past, 11 people passed away. 11 families are grieving today because they lost loved ones. So keep that in mind. But the number of deaths is the lowest since October 30th. You look across the state, and this has always been interesting to me, and it's been true from day one. The COVID positivity rate varies across the state. Why? It's one state, same governor. I've been giving the same message, same numbers, same health commissioner, same policies, because COVID positivity is a function of individual behavior, period. And it is a function of community behavior. You tell me what a person does, how they act. You tell me how a community acts, I'll tell you the COVID positivity rate. Are they wearing masks? Are they getting vaccines? So you see across the state, you go from a low of 0.5 to a high of 2.7 up in the Finger Lakes. It's all a function of behavior. You take New York City. Even within New York City, Staten Island, 1.2. How can that be when you have Manhattan at 0.5? Density, how do you explain it? It's a function of individual behavior and community behavior. But the positivity in January, after the holiday surge, remember, we were close to 8%. We're now down to 1.1%. Hospitalizations, we were up near 9,000 hospitalizations in January. And now we're down to 1,700, which is the lowest since November 15th. So all the arrows are headed in the right direction. We are managing COVID. We haven't defeated COVID, but we are managing COVID, and we're managing COVID well. The vaccinations were always the key to defeating COVID, and we're doing very well with that. 17 million doses. Just think about that. 60% of New Yorkers over 18 have received one dose already, and the percentage of people who come back for the second dose is very, very high. Over half the population, 52%, fully vaccinated now. But we still have more work to do on vaccinations. The numbers on the vaccinations are the only number that is not doing as well as the others. Part of that is common sense. The people who were most eager to get a vaccine came in and got it. And now we're getting towards a percentage of the population that's not that eager to get the vaccine. And then you have a subgroup that is just reluctant and hesitant to get it. We started a new program because these are times to be creative and do things you've never done before. The MTA's Get a Shot, Take a Ride program. Theory is you're going into the subway, you're going onto a train. We will have the vaccines in the station. So you literally walk right past the vaccination to get on the train. And if you get a vaccination, then you will get a free pass on the subway or the Long Island Railroad or on Metro North. So a financial incentive to get it. We tried it last week, 5,700 vaccinations in 5 days. So it worked very well, and it was a pilot. We had never done it before. We're going to extend it because it's worked well. Some stations worked better than other stations. We're going to extend the stations you see there, East 180th Street in the Bronx, Grand Central, Penn Station, Broadway, and we're going to add 125th Street in Harlem, Sutphin Boulevard, Queens, my old neighborhood, Hicksville on Long Island, and Broadway Junction we're keeping. So this works, and we're going to find more creative ways to get people to take vaccines, because the more people take vaccines, the better, period. That's what it's all about. But New Yorkers have made tremendous progress. New Yorkers have made more progress than any state in the United States of America. How can I say that? Because we had a worse problem than any state in the United States of America. Remember, we had the highest infection rate on the globe at one time. When COVID hit us, it hit us as an ambush. It had been coming here for months and nobody knew. And by the time we figured it out, it was too late. Why? Because people fly into New York. COVID came to New York, not from China. COVID came from Europe to New York. And those flights from Europe were landing in New York. And COVID had gone from China to Europe. Everybody missed it. And then people had it in Europe and were coming to New York, and everybody missed it until it was too late. We had people dying from COVID before we knew we had COVID. So New Yorkers have made great progress. All the arrows are now pointed in the right direction. So let's get back to life. This shutdown has caused all sorts of damage. Damage that we're not even aware of. Everybody points to the economic damage, and that's certain. Businesses closed, people lost their jobs, but there's all sorts of other damage that people are not yet understanding, I believe. What did it mean to keep children out of school for a year? The lack of socialization, the lack of developing friendships and bonds. What did it mean to say to people, you can't hug, you can't kiss? What did it say to senior citizens who were basically trapped in their homes? You can't visit your family. You have to be worried about everyone you see. The psychological trauma, the mental health trauma. Divorces are up about 300% across the globe from this situation. So, we have to reopen. We have to reopen smart. We have to reopen with a cautious eye. But we have to get back to life, and we have to get back to life and living. And we have to do it the way New Yorkers do it. We have to do it quickly and robustly. Effective this Wednesday, we're going to adopt the CDC's new guidance and regulations on masks and social distancing for vaccinated people. By the CDC guidance, immunocompromised people and vaccinated people should continue to wear a mask and social distance. But if you are vaccinated, you are safe, no masks, no social distancing. We're also going to follow the CDC's guidelines that you will still need to wear a mask on public transportation, the subways, the buses, nursing homes, homeless shelters, correctional facilities, schools, and healthcare facilities. The CDC guidance is all up on the website. Individual private venues still have the ability to add additional guidelines to the state guidelines and the CDC guidelines. But for our part, we're adopting the CDC and we're saying, let's open. This comes at a good time for New York because we had already said we were going to do our major reopening this Wednesday. So this Wednesday, most capacity restrictions are lifted in the tri-state area, New Jersey, Connecticut. Whenever possible, we work with New Jersey and Connecticut to make sure we're doing the same thing. We don't want people going from New York to New Jersey to New York. Well, we do, but not to get around COVID guidelines, not to shop COVID guidelines. Outdoor food and beverage curfew is lifted today. Indoor food and beverage lifted May 31st. Outdoor gathering increased to 500, indoor 250, indoor residential gathering to 50, 24-hour subway service has returned. Getting back to life means not just getting back to work, but getting back to life the way we enjoy it in New York, why people enjoy being here, what makes New York, New York. And part of that is sports. And congratulations to the Knicks and the Nets on making the playoffs. That is really good news. I am going to root for New York, just so you know. The rules on the playoffs. There will be a vaccinated section and an unvaccinated section. We've just done this for the Islanders. Currently, from the Islanders model that we used, which we're now applying to the Knicks and the Nets, it's 50% of the arena is for vaccinated people, 50% for unvaccinated people. Unvaccinated people have to do 6 feet social distancing and require a mask. But this is up to the individual venue, just to be clear. If I own the Knicks, can I tell you what I would do if I owned the Knicks? Everybody else tells you what they would do if they own the Knicks, right?
That's true.
Everybody is entitled to an opinion. If I owned the Knicks, yeah, the guidelines are 50% for vaccinated. I would go higher. I encourage operators and venues to go higher than 50% vaccinated. You can go to 100% vaccinated. That's in a private operator's control. And frankly, from the state's point of view, we want to encourage people to get vaccinated. Yes, there are health reasons, but we're opening up, and we're opening up with more opportunities to vaccinated people. So it's another reason to get vaccinated. And if the Knicks or the Nets say 60%, 75%, 80% for vaccinated people, why would they say that? Because they get more attendance. You get more people in the arena in a vaccinated section than the unvaccinated, because the unvaccinated, you have to have the 6-foot social distancing. From the team's point of view, the teams want fans in the arena, right? Ty Cobb, the fans make the game. They want the cheers. They want the energy. The players themselves want it. So the more people in the arena, the better. And that is within their control. New York City Marathon. It's another great New York City institution. We have Karen Hempel with us. The marathon is back. And that is a great, great New York event that excites people from all across the globe. Does a lot of great work for the city and the state of New York. Many people come. It'll be at 60% capacity, 33,000 runners. They'll have health and safety guidelines. Registration opens on June 8th. And again, the race isn't until November 7th, but it's the 50th running. And that can be adjusted between now and November, because November is a long way away. But for now, for the opening registration, it's 33,000 runners. County fairs, a big part of this state, big part of upstate New York. They are all allowed to open up to the capacity of 6 feet social distancing. The local Department of Health will issue a permit. New York State Department of Health approves events over 5,000. Private operator can again set their own rules, or a government-owned venue can set additional rules. And Tribeca Film Festival is going to reopen. Talk about everything comes around. Tribeca was formed post 9/11. Post 9/11, I don't know how many of you are old enough to remember. There were so many naysayers about New York post 9/11. It's over for New York. We're a terrorist target. Everybody's going to flee New York. Nobody wants to stay here because now we're an ongoing target. Going downtown, forget it. You couldn't get people to go downtown. What was the logic? I have no idea. What did you think, there was going to be another terrorist attack and it was going to happen to be downtown again? But the esprit de corps of New York, the confidence in New York was gone. Tribeca was formed to bring back the New York spirit, to bring back what New Yorkers loved about New York. And it did it brilliantly. That was the founding of Tribeca, to help New York rejuvenate post 9/11. And Tribeca is now helping New York rejuvenate post-COVID. This is about rekindling the spirit of New York. Yeah, you can open buses, you can open subways, you can open businesses, but we need to get the exuberance back, the excitement back, the love of New York. I love New York. I love New York. Why are you in New York? Because I love New York. It's that emotion, it's that spirit. And that's what we're getting back, that, yeah, we're New York tough. Yeah, we went through a tough time. Yes, COVID was tough. But we're tougher. We're better. That's the New York spirit. That's the New York mojo. Tribeca will open on June 9th at a new park that we're opening on Manhattan West Side, Pier 76, which is magnificent. It's a new public space. It goes right out into the Hudson, magnificent views, and Tribeca, on their opening on June 9th, will host a screening on Pier 76 for Lin-Manuel Miranda's In the Heights. And The closing night of Tribeca is June 19th. It's going to be right here with a red carpet closing night performance at the magnificent Radio City Music Hall. 100% vaccinated, mask-free audience. This beautiful hall will be filled once again with what I am sure is going to be a phenomenal, phenomenal evening and attraction. Having Radio City back at 100%, without masks, with people enjoying New York and the New York arts, is going to be not only symbolic and metaphoric, but I think is going to go a long way towards bringing back this state overall. And we do want to say directly, 100% at Radio City Music Hall. So if I'm not vaccinated, I can't go. That's right. That's right. The whole point of the CDC's change, the whole point of our change, is to say to people, there are benefits to being vaccinated. Number one, if you get COVID, which there's a fractional chance that you get it if you're vaccinated, you won't get as sick. Number two, you can't transmit it to anyone. And number three, yes, New York is opening, but you're going to have more opportunities if you are vaccinated. And yes, if you're vaccinated and you go to a ball game, you sit in the vaccinated section and you sit next to your buddies and your friends. If you're unvaccinated, you have to sit 6 feet apart. If you're vaccinated, yes, you come to Radio City Music Hall. And if you're unvaccinated, that's your choice. But you can't go into the Radio City Music Hall with vaccinated people. For Radio City Music Hall to do this is so powerful because you have to remember, history repeats itself. Radio City Music Hall is not just an iconic venue. It was built by John Rockefeller when? In the middle of the Depression. Why? Because we were in the middle of the Depression. Why would you build this amazing futuristic music hall in the middle of the Depression? Because we were in the middle of the Depression. And Rockefeller's vision was, let's build something that inspires and shows hope. Why did Governor Smith build the Empire State Building in the middle of the Great Depression? That's when you're going to build the tallest building? Of course that's when I'm going to build the tallest building. Because we are in the middle of the Depression. And we want that building to rise because we want those spirits to rise. Yes, says Rockefeller, I'm going to build an awesome music hall. Better than anything you've ever seen before, because that's the statement that I want to make. The largest auditorium in the world, the biggest stage built for the ages, with technology never deployed before. They did that in that moment to make that statement, because they were faced with a challenge. But they wanted to stand up to that challenge. And that's the message we have to remember today. People ask me all day long, what is New York going to be like post-COVID? What do you think? We determine what New York is going to be like. There's no pre-written destiny here. You tell me what we do, I will tell you what we are post-COVID. It will be what we make it to be. And what Radio City Music Hall says is, imagine what you want it to be. And then build that. 2 steps. imagine a better New York, and then make it happen. And we will imagine a better New York. Because New York was not perfect pre-COVID. We want to go back to the day before COVID. No, we don't. I don't. I want to go back to a New York that never was. Let's build a New York that is bigger and bolder and safer and sweeter and cleaner and safer and more just than ever before. This is the moment to do it because the table has been reset. Every governor, every mayor, every country on the globe needs to recover from COVID and needs to transform themselves for a post-COVID world. Who wins that competition? Who's ever smarter, faster, and more entrepreneurial? Whoever has a better imagination and more vision, that's who wins. And you know what that is? That is the definition of what makes New York, New York. And what makes New Yorkers, New Yorkers. And why we built the Empire State Building. And why we built Radio City Music Hall. And why we started the Tribeca Film Festival. Because you can knock us down, but we're going to get up. And we're going to get up smarter and stronger and more united than ever before. That is us. That's who we are. It's in our DNA. So what we mean by New York tough. Otherwise, you don't make it in this place. We have and we will, and we'll do it together. Thank you for being here. And with that, let me turn it over to Jane Rosenthal to speak about the Tribeca Film Festival.
Thank you, Governor. What an exciting and hopeful day. It's really an honor.